Welcome to Legends Unplugged, the podcast where icons aren't just admired, they're decoded. Today, brace yourself. We're unlocking source code My Beginnings, the raw, untold origin story of Bill Gates. This isn't just about tech, it's about rebellion, heartbreak, brilliance, and a spark that reshaped our world. If you've ever wondered how a skinny, stubborn kid from Seattle rewrote the future, this one's for you. Picture Seattle in the 1960s, misty mornings, rain streaking the windows, and one peculiar boy named Bill Gates obsessed with puzzles, card games, and asking too many questions. Gates grew up in a home powered by more than wealth. His mother, Mary, was a civic force with steel in her voice. His father, Bill Sr., a towering attorney who led with both discipline and compassion. This wasn't a family of small talk. Dinner wasn't just a meal. It was a mental battleground. You didn't win by being polite. You won by being sharp, quick, relentless. If my parents seem virtuous, Gates writes, I can't help it. Their expectations weren't just high, they were towering, and that pressure forged a mind that would one day build Microsoft. Forget the image of the teacher's pet. Young Gates was intense, rebellious, and always on the edge of trouble. By age 12, his brilliance wasn't celebrated. It was sent to therapy, not because he was broken, but because he outpaced everyone around him. Teachers couldn't keep up. Adults couldn't hold him back. He wasn't being difficult, he was being driven. His brain was already wired for better, faster, smarter. He didn't want answers, he wanted possibilities. In 1968, fate struck like lightning. Lakeside School scored a rare terminal connected to a remote deck PDP-10 mainframe. For most, a computer was a magazine photo. For Gates, it was a portal to the future. With friends like Ken Evans and Paul Allen, Gates formed a trio of teen titans. They didn't just use computers, they hacked them, studied them, pushed them to their edge. They skipped class, slept in labs, lost track of time in pursuit of the next breakthrough. This wasn't about ambition. This was about mystery, about the joy of solving what others didn't even understand yet. Kent Evans was more than a friend. He was Gates's creative counterpart, his co-dreamer, his future partner. Late-night conversations turned into blueprints for a company that never came, because Kent died in a tragic mountain-climbing accident. The loss wasn't just painful, it was transformational. The silence after Kent's death wasn't empty, it was deafening. From that silence, a fire ignited. Gates learned the most brutal truth. Time is fragile, life is short, and purpose can't wait. At Harvard, Gates was surrounded by geniuses, but he wasn't there to blend in, he was there to break out. When he and Paul Allen discovered the Altair 8080, one of the first personal computers, they didn't wait. They built a basic interpreter for it before they even had the machine. They simulated the Altair on Harvard's mainframes, coded all night, fueled by vending machines and caffeine. When the software ran perfectly, they knew the future wasn't coming. It was here. Gates dropped out of Harvard not with a degree, but with momentum. The leap of faith that would become Microsoft had just begun. We often see Gates as cold, calculating, confident. But source code reveals the truth. Gates was haunted by doubt. He masked insecurity behind bravado. He constantly asked himself, am I really good enough? That hunger to prove himself wasn't just fuel, it was fire. The very thing that made him human was also what made him dangerous in the best way. Behind every icon is an invisible army. And Gates never forgets that. He honors the lakeside librarian who taught him to self-learn, the professors who quietly opened doors, the coders who challenged him, supported him, shaped him. Success might be self-driven, but it's never solo. Gates's journey was a ladder built by many hands. Don't expect a fairy tale ending. This memoir stops before Windows, before the lawsuits, before philanthropy. It ends at ignition, when two young coders sign their first real deal and Microsoft is officially born. This is the breath before the storm, the silence before the world gets rewritten. Be obsessed, let curiosity take the wheel. Rebel with purpose. Rewrite the rules when they don't serve growth. Find your tribe. No great journey is walked alone. Turn pain into power. Tragedy can become your engine. Honor your privilege and return it with purpose. This isn't a clean story. It's chaotic, brilliant, raw. Source code doesn't just show how Gates built Microsoft. It shows how he built himself. From rebel to revolutionary, from dreamer to disruptor. And here's the truth. We all have a source code, a blueprint for who we could become. The only question is, will you decode yours? Thanks for tuning in to Legends Unplugged. If this story fired up your circuits, subscribe, share, and send this episode to someone chasing their next big thing. Stay curious, stay bold, and never stop writing your own code.